I would say a lot of times people are completely unaware of it. And I haven't been as much lately, but I think generally you just go to the bar and talk to people. Much like, when I was in business school, they said most of your deals will be made at the bar. Like people, and not, really people getting really drunk or anything like that. It's like people have a couple drinks and start to talk and socialize. And you show them a couple pictures of different concepts. And like even locally, being able to wash your car, like we have like kind of a circular in a sense from a foundation up Bitcoin economy where like you've seen my snowmelt system. So the concrete for that snowmelt system, the hot water was heated with Bitcoin miners before it even was delivered, right? And so people go to the car wash and wash their vehicle, and all that is open because it's heated with Bitcoin computers. And in the past, like it wasn't open at all because to run it and keep it open every day, you'd spend $30 a day in propane, just to melt the snow. And not only that, but both bays weren't open. So like only one bay was open and they would insulate the other and shut it off and just put a big blanket over it, but just to try to melt the snow better. And now they're like, turn it up, let's mine some more Bitcoin. And it's keeping everything melted. It's heating the water enough, just with 6 computers to just, keep it like 50 to 70 Fahrenheit if it's really cold out and it's still melting snow, otherwise it gets warmer than that. The point being, like, people are actually using things where they derive this utility from. If they go in certain buildings and there's heaters that are operating this way, and they see friends and family that have these kind of things, they're like, what the hell is that? And I go, shit, man, last year I made $1,000. Look, it's right here. And they're like, oh, well, I need me some Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And then I do get calls and people know how to find me and all that stuff, but I'm in a small town too. And so everybody knows everybody and there's a certain level of trust that you wouldn't necessarily get in a more populated area. And plus I can only imagine, man, that the level of scrutiny you'd get, like unreasonable scrutiny is what I'm saying, from like different city permitting agencies and things like that in other areas. But here it's like the regulations and stuff are lower. So the barrier to entry, I think, is a lot lower for a lot of people. And they have working examples they can go look at and see that they didn't understand before. Like I take them down to the concrete plant where they heat the water and show them the system working. And they're like, I had no idea. I've never seen anything like this. But when they see it, they understand how it works. And they understand that it's not a Ponzi scheme, right? I hear that a lot from people, and I'm sure you have too. They think Bitcoin's a Ponzi
Sure.
scheme.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't understand what a Ponzi scheme is.
That would be the first problem, is that, yes, they are not very not very literate, and they don't know what a Ponzi scheme even is. XRP. No. Um,
hmm
but it goes back to people conflating crypto and Bitcoin as the same thing. And so anytime they hear Bitcoin, they automatically associate it with this. And so now not only are you saying, hey, you can have some Bitcoin, you're saying install this, elaborate system into your house. And I can understand that the hurdles mentally that people have to go through to get there is pretty large, depending on what kind of person you are. And so it can definitely put people off. But if they take the time to understand it, man, this amazing world and opportunity really does open up to them. It's on us to help reduce those barriers, reduce the friction, provide education like episodes like this that we can point people to listen to really get an understanding that, hey, this isn't a Ponzi scheme. It's by definition not even related. Why Bitcoin is different than crypto, the power of mining, the reasons behind mining and heat reuse at home and in your business. And so, grateful for you coming on and helping articulate and unpack a lot of this for people, because I think, like I said, 10, 15 years down the line, we're going to look back and go, how were we missing this? It was right in front of us. And now it's just going to be in everybody's home and in everybody's business, potentially in like commercial settings, like, hotels, like what Grant Cardone is doing.